like addicted for some reason right now. All right, well, we all have been getting comfortable working at home, but it is important to make sure you are maintaining your spine health. That's why Joint Chiropractic has some tips and techniques to do at home. Dr. Blackburn, you are kind of like a lot of people's best friend right now because we've been sitting for months. We've maybe been doing some housework, we're moving around, and our joints are probably hurting right now. So you have some tips to make sure that we are getting active and we're not stiffing up, am I right?
Yes, absolutely. Anything I can say to help.
So, all right, let's go through some of the things about what we can do right now at home to make sure that we are not going to have a future back problem or a future arthritis problem.
Okay, right now we're experiencing so many different stresses, not to mention we have more time probably at home that we're moving around more, we're doing some more work around the house, but most importantly we're experiencing a lot of stress right now too. So if I can emphasize anything, just simple tips would be just moving as much as possible and as well as possible, right? Because again, we were talking briefly about some of the work you've been doing, and it's just really just a matter of making sure everything is ergonomically correct and that we're not sitting down too long, and just making sure all those joints are still in motion.
So what about doing yoga? Would that help?
Absolutely. There's a lot of different yoga poses that are designed to actually strengthen, lengthen, and stabilize the spine, which is extremely important. There are a ton of poses, one particularly like the upward facing dog, where you're just on the ground, you kind of push yourself up as if you're doing a plank, but you leave your feet on the ground, and it kind of opens up that chest. And what's important about that is that we have to remember that when we open our chest, those ribs are starting to move a little bit too, that are actually connected to our spine. So there's a lot of poses that are really important to just assure our posture is good and we're maintaining that health.
So the kids are at home, they're on the computers doing the homework, they're probably slouched over. What are some recommendations that you can tell the kids?
Primarily, stand up as much as possible. If we could do anything to keep our computer at eye level while we're standing, whether that for the kids is probably a little bit easier because maybe you could put it up on a bar stool or something like that to where they're able to stand up and not just sit down all day long. Same thing for us. If we're able to find a way to do a standing desk if possible, if not, just set that alarm and make sure we're getting up and moving every 30 minutes to an hour.
So, okay, as the governor has started to slowly open things back up, one thing is about seeing your chiropractor, which again is very important to your health. What are you guys doing to make sure your patients are taken care of when they come in?
We're following all the CDC recommendations, and we have been for the last few months. The great thing about chiropractic is it is an essential service. It is an essential healthcare service. So we've been following all the CDC regulations, making sure everybody is social distancing, asking people to keep their family and friends at home if they were just coming to observe. Also just making sure our reception area, we have the seats apart from each other, and we're taking away all the unnecessary things that may be in the reception area that could collect some of those germs. So we're doing everything we can to make sure everybody's safe.
So I like that. All right, how can people find out more about the Joint?
Find us online. We have tons of locations conveniently located here in the Valley. And the best thing about the Joint Chiropractic is that we're a large system. So anywhere you are, you have a joint conveniently located by you, and you could come see us at any time.
So perfect. Thank you, doctor.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
All right.